I don't have legitimate guardianship of him, yet for the following 48 hours, he's with me, so definitely. And we're going to go full buck fool crazy right. When we assumed we heard everything about Diddy, reports arose that he purportedly attempted to prepare youthful Justin Bieber. You most likely heard that once upon a time, Diddy used to run something many refer to as Puffy's flavor camp, and he paid his young protege Usher to reside with him. Well, tales are currently circumventing that Usher wasn't the main youthful star, that Diddy attempted to control a few classes of Diddy, making youthful Justin Bieber awkward. As of late circulated around the web, and fans are saying it's about time somebody explores this multitude of dreadful charges about Diddy. As all of you presumably realize, Diddy's sexual direction has been a hotly debated issue among fans for quite a long time. And before you say fans ought to simply stay out of other people's affairs, we need to bring up that Diddy's direction isn't the issue here. The genuine explanation fans are saying Diddy should be uncovered and researched is a result of his supposed history of preparing and aid, including young men and young fellows Jimmy, who has close sides to Hollywood, and to Diddy explicitly to let the FBI know that he realized that Diddy had intercourse with minor young men back in 23 Rard, the Smoking Archives and General Examiners, and James Roseman, also called Jimmy Thug, and the records uncovered a few exceptionally upsetting claims about Diddy cohort is a previous record chief term drug top dog who was sentenced for drug dealing with 2012 and condemned to life in jail. As per records preceding his capture, colleague has a few pre-preliminary gatherings with examiners, and the federal authorities tested him about his contacts with various high-profile industry figures, including Diddy specialists addressed partners in crime, whether Diddy participate in any criminal operations. And one examiner allegedly inquired as to whether Diddy had relations with underage young men. Here's an immediate statement from the court reports given by the conclusive evidence questions turned out to be considerably more peculiar when said examiner asked performer sexual inclinations, including, yet not just seen brushes having sexual relations with underage young men. As per the indisputable evidence, Thug didn't give anything of substance on the high-profile figures, and that is the reason the disheartened examiners dismissed his bid for a supplication bargain. So, assuming the fans truly asked Jimmy associate something like this, it should imply that they were at that point mindful of charges encompassed Diddy. But some way or another, this entire situation was hidden, where no one will think to look anyway. The discussion was reignited in 2016. When Diddy's protege Usher showed up on Howard Harsh show and was approached to put any misinformation to rest on his encounters at Puffy's flavor camp. To give you some setting, Usher was endorsed by Ellie Reese Lafis Record Mark at only 14 years of age now. When he was marked attendant, began planning for his presentation collection. Anyway, he was going through pubescence at that point and was attempting to conform to his voice. Reed allegedly needed to drop Usher from his name. Anyway, the mark ultimately chose to get a few vocal mentors to assist with guiding total. The record yet Reed had one more thought. He chose to send 14-year-old attendant to reside in New York City with Diddy, probably to harden him up. So when Howard Harsh requested that Usher make sense of what the very motivation behind Puffy's flavor camp was, Usher conceded he saw some wild stuff at Diddy's home, in spite of the fact that you could see he was being mindful, so as not to uncover a lot of. I moved to New York City, and I resided with seen Puffy searches for a year. That is the insane thing. Now that was Reed's thought, right? We're sending you went to something many refer to as Puffy flavor camp. There you go to learn something. No doubt that is what it was called. Puffy's place was like just loaded up with chicks and orging like relentless, right? No, not actually, I mean except for hello. It was interested. I had an opportunity to see a few things, definitely between 13. What were you talking about? We went there to see the way of life, right? And I saw it, yet I couldn't say whether I could enjoy and comprehend what I was in any event. Seeing it was wild, Usher conceded that he was paid a day-to-day remittance while residing with Diddy, yet never made sense of what his errands and commitments where I really remained up longer than this cash. What's happening, I mean? I had like per Dan better believe it. I had like you realize like a carrying on with life. No doubt it's insane, and keeping in mind that Usher did felt free to damnation. Know you're a father currently, would you at any point send your child to Puffy camp? No doubt so if camp to assist you with having an issue sending his children there. It seems like the entire reason for this
More
alleged
vile,
camp
and it
was
could have
something to do with the unusual remarks that he made during an as-of-late re-emerged interview with Kevin Hart. The meeting showed inebriated Diddy let Kevin know how 10-year-old attendant used to rest in his bed and how they used to wrestle over the ice pieces. That is my sibling here from the very beginning we used to awaken. And I mean Dan respite, yet like just I mean some time ago, when he was like 10. And I was somewhat more established, his more established sibling, we used to battle about the over-the-ice chips. You understand what I'm talking about. Before Stop was designed, yet it's my sibling for genuine. We used to wrestle off of the ice chips. Since he's consistently rise and shine early, so assuming that Usher was 10 when this was all going on, it implies that Diddy was 19. So for what reason was a 19-year elderly person offering a bed to a 10-year-old that he's not connected with? And where precisely was this going on? L.A. Reid guaranteed that he sent Diddy to Puffy's Flavor Camp when Usher was 14. So does this imply that Diddy was at that point visiting Usher before that? And all the more significantly, where was Usher's mother when this was all event? Really, the entire situation doesn't simply sound unpleasant, yet it truly sounds unlawful. And it's truly peculiar the way in which nobody stepped in to safeguard Usher. And we could pose similar inquiries about Justin Bieber, in light of the fact that he also was dealt with improperly by various grown-ups in the business. As a matter of fact, a fan-made gathering as of late turned into a web sensation on TikTok, showing various big names and moderators acting exceptionally odd around youthful Justin, contacting him without his assent, and posing unseemly inquiries. Presently envision assuming that a more seasoned male VIP did a portion of this stuff to a youthful female vocalist. There would be a commotion, however, assuming you felt that was terrible stand by till you see this recording of Justin's collaborations with Diddy back in 2009. When Justin was 15 years of age, he went through 48 hours spending time with Diddy, who was 40 at that point. And Justin later transferred a video on his YouTube channel reporting a portion of their minutes. And again envision assuming that this were a 40-year-old rapper coordinating a 2-day home base with a 15-year-old young lady. Well, in any case, the video Justin transferred was extremely unusual on the grounds that it showed Diddy promising Justin that he would give him a decent vehicle and a house, and the entire cooperation just gave of major custodian flows when you turn 16. I'm saying I will allow you to shake. This each time better believe is a little dusty unfamiliar. I mean I'm 15, you can ride in the front seat, I got my grant now. That not yet definitely I know 16. Dial back, we should dial back additionally, close to the furthest limit of the video. Diddy said he was unable to uncover what he and Justin were wanting to do together anyway. He said it was most certainly a 15-year-old's fantasy. Right presently, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his kid. They're having the hours of their lives. Like you know where we hanging out. And what we doing, we can't actually reveal yet, it's most certainly a 15-year-old's fantasy. You know, I have been given care of him. You realize he endorsed to Usher. I had lawful guardianship of Usher. We know he did his most memorable collection, that is his most memorable collection. I don't have legitimate guardianship of him, yet for the following 48 hours. He's with me, so definitely. And we're going to go full crazy, by the way. Did he simply say that he and Justin would go but full psycho? Excuse me, all right. We additionally can't skirt the way that Diddy said that he had legitimate guardianship of Usher. So for what reason guided's mother consent to give guardianship of her underage child to his man's family? There are such countless unanswered inquiries regarding what is happening. And it's truly getting hard to legitimize Diddy's way of behaving. And presently on top of this one, more upsetting video of Diddy and Justin restored those virtual entertainment, showing Diddy addressing Justin, why he quit spending time with him. And keeping in mind that you watch this focus on how apprehensive and frightened Justin acts around Diddy, what's up man you great? I'm great youthful sibling, all that's great gathered out fields. And all that it's beginning to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me. And hanging out the manner in which we used to hang out well. I mean you attempt to reach out to me, you realize through the entirety of my you realize you know accomplices and so forth. Yet you never truly got my number, so right I recollect now. After cut minifig us brought up that Justin's act conduct around, did he was no perceptibly unique contrasted with that 48 hours video, practically like he was damaged. By something that had occurred between them he was damaged, and apprehensive you can hear it in his voice, one fan said. And one more fan remarked he sounds so terrified contrasted with his last video, and Justin never straightforwardly expressed anything about Diddy throughout the long term, which is absolutely justifiable since. Supposing that something horrible truly happened to him, it would be exceptionally difficult to discuss it openly, yet news reports as of late arisen that Justin's psychological wellness isn't that extraordinary. And after a clasp of Justin, that Coachella became a web sensation, showing his better half, Haley encouraging him fans communicated worry that Justin is managing some weighty stuff that nobody realizes about fans are likewise now saying that the charges encompassing Diddy are going crazy. And the specialists truly need to treat this in a serious way. And research him, God almighty, it doesn't take a rocket scientist.